A group of grassroots organizations is hoping to add a community-led board that would be responsible for holding the Chattanooga Police Department accountable.
We are concerned citizens that are going to take our power back.
Chattanooga police suspend an officer you see in this video and start an internal investigation.
The community control now dropping off a box of signatures to the Hamilton County Election Commission office Wednesday.
The request was 4,000, but we wanted to go beyond that to let them know that we are serious, we mean business, and community control now.
As Chattanooga's history and the most recent events have made clear, the police are not willing or capable of policing themselves.
We have experienced so much injustices coming from the Chattanooga Police Department and police departments throughout the country that it's time for us as men and women in our community to take control of our community.
The Community Control Now campaign is our fight to implement a true independent civilian oversight board that is completely independent of the police.
Community Control Now, independent civilian oversight of the CPD, is about community members having a direct control over holding police accountable in our community.
Having this board would allow more transparency into the process whenever there's complaints or misconduct within our police department. And who wouldn't want more transparency into that process if there's no issues?
I define Community Control Now as a coalition of organizations in Chattanooga doing the grassroots work for our communities most directly affected by police violence.
There are incidents with the police that are easy to prove that something was done incorrectly on behalf of the officer.
No justice, no peace. It's not peace when members of our community are attacked by police officers, are brutalized by police officers, are harassed by police officers.
Police accountability in practice in our community looks like organizations and community members on a board that has subpoena power, that is able to investigate the wrongdoings and the allegations of police misconduct in our community.
And having those complaints looked at, heard, investigated, and if any inappropriate behavior is determined to have taken place, that there are recommendations made to hold those officers accountable.
An independent body that contains people from their own community where they can go safely, make their complaint, and have it addressed in a serious way.
The wrongful rejection of the petition signatures by the Hamilton County Election Commission means that we don't have true leadership that values the will of the people of Chattanooga. It means that still in this day, we are having to fight back against voter suppression right here in our city.
In many instances, we found that the people were registered City of Chattanooga voters under the name they were registered under, at the address they were registered under, and in our opinion, were wrongfully rejected.
It's not surprising that they would reject the votes. That means that our leadership in the city of Chattanooga obviously are incompetent to make sure of the safety of our constituents and our community.
The wrongful rejection is really sad. We've seen since Stacey Abrams in Georgia a lot of exposure for voter suppression here in the South, and it's not a surprise when you look at the history of election commission operations here in the Deep South.
Well, it was a major challenge, especially during the pandemic. It was really difficult to get those signatures because people aren't meeting in person as much or congregating in groups where it would be easy to get that.
So the fight for Community Control Now does continue. We're gathering renewed signatures or verifications of signatures from all of the rejected folks who are indeed registered within the city limits and whose signatures should have been counted towards the final count.
So now we're pursuing various means of legal action to try to get the signatures that we've already worked so hard, that the people of Chattanooga have supported so wholeheartedly, to count to get this on the ballot in a future election.
To change the dynamic, the power relationship that we have here in the city, and to hold the police accountable for everything they do wrong in our city.
What we are demanding is community control of this process that is community driven, that is citizen led. That is what we are advocating for.